that spot, the building will be red. It won't allow you to place it. So because he wasn't able to place whatever building he was scanning with, he knew that there was probably something there. Okay, you get what it is. Cool. All right, so we have Nilly in the blue. He's playing as the Incas. And then we have Incas as well for Maya, and they are on opposite sides of the map. Now, Incas is also a really diverse matchup. Why? Get ready for it. You have infantry. Then you have infantry that counters archers. Then you have infantry that counters the infantry that counters archers. Then you have a slinger out of the archery range, which counters infantry. Then you have ranged units, which counters those counters to infantry that are ranged out of the archery ranges. Then you have onagers. Then you have Kameyuks. Like, there's just so many options. I'll talk a little bit about that as the game pans out. But this matchup will be counters on counters on counters because this Civ has so many cool options available. Nilly's map, well, the bases are definitely going to be a lot better this time. He has a woodline safe here, back gold. This is unfortunate, but he does have another stone here. Pretty good positioning if you ask me. Over time, he also could wall this off. Nilly is a bit of a waller in late game, as most top players are, so they could wall here. I guess if he scouts it, this would be the best area. Cliffs will help him out. And then he could build his production buildings on the front, and that would protect a lot of these extra gold piles. Seems like there's a pause or something. Oh, never mind. I lied. Nice back gold there for Maya. Maya with good woodline here. But I guess you could take this one too. Only issue I foresee here is that if these guys go into archers, the woodlines will be ranged. We could see towers like we saw last game as well. Like a tower here would be perfect. It would deny almost the entirety of that woodline. But the way I see this playing out is, again, walls for him. He can wall between the woodlines and then to the edge of the map. Also can build his barracks and houses on the front in between the cliffs. And if he does that, he'll secure stone and gold as well. They're probably slightly better for Nilly because you can see the extra golds for Maya are forward. And that's always going to be unfortunate. But it all depends how you play the Civ. And Maya, in my opinion, like last time he defended very well. Nilly likes to get that map control, so he will see these golds. But Maya defended very well last time.
Yes.
Did he just say, sorry, my bird? Huh. So Maya has a pet bird. And there's no bird in the corner, unfortunately. There are birds flying around, though. I kind of tuned them out after a while. So last time my criticism of Maya was that he didn't scout. And this time he's going out, and I don't think they're going to lame each other. Oh, Nilly lost a villager after the unpause. Oh, he's been wrecked. That's unfortunate. That happens sometimes. You have a weak vill, and you're bringing in a boar, and then someone pauses it, and then right when the unpause comes in, you can't save the vill. That sucks. Well, that puts him a little bit behind here. Yeah, Maya not going to lame the boar. They're being nice to each other. That's why pausing sucks. I'm convinced that some people I play do it on purpose. Like, they know they're going to have a successful board lure, and then they'll pause at that time. I'm convinced. Or sometimes there's some really coincidental lag. Like, you're bringing in a boar on a hill, and then every single time you're bringing in a boar on a hill, there's lag. But only at that time? Like, is there a lag switch going on? What's going on here? Come on, guys. I don't know. Get your tinfoil hats out. Conspiracy theorist here. Nilly's build is definitely off. He seems to be struggling. Now, he should have brought in this boar already. He's going to go to a sheep instead. You know, it's still doable, but you know, you have one less villager to work for you now if you're Nilly, and because he doesn't have a boar, this guy can't work, and these small things add up at the expert level. So my guess is we will see man-at-arms into archers and potentially eagle warriors, depending on how many archers come out. That's my prediction here. The reason for that is because man-at-arms is the strongest early game option any Civ really has. The only thing you can do if you don't have your own man-at-arms is wall them out. So it's always smart to go man-at-arms to cancel out your opponents. And then let's say Nilly goes for 3 man-at-arms. Same for no words. And Nilly ends up taking a great engagement, and has 2 full HP man-at-arms left. What's that going to mean? Well, no words is then going to have to go into archers. And then, counters on counters, Nili can go skirmishers. Or, if he feels comfortable doing so early on, he can even add eagle warriors to counter those archers. So, a lot depends on the first man-at-arms engagement. Because you don't really know what you're going to be countering. You cannot go into eagles expecting archers if your opponent still has man-at-arms left, right? So, here come the walls from No Words. They're a little bit more passive than I would have liked for now, but he doesn't know for sure, I guess, what his opponent's doing currently, because he has his eagle here in his corner. And walls are really smart. It will be man-at-arms versus Nili. Oh, potentially archers. You know, Nili, he has this walled off. He'll have this walled off. Yep, he's gonna wall here, and then maybe he'll build his archer ranges here. The only concern would be this area if the man-at-arms can sneak in here. He could go straight archers. And importance of scouting, paying off once again. He sees his opponent going man-at-arms. Okay. Well, the downside with man-at-arms as well here is that they're on the opposite side of the map. They're really far away from one another, so it's going to take some time for him to get here. It gives Nili the time to get the walls up. Okay. Well, this actually will work out for Nili. I'll effectively cancel out the man-at-arms. Assuming he's doing that. Range. Archer range, yep. Even the trees helping out with the wall. Now, I always like to play a little bit more safe and build 1 or 2 palisades half finished here, because those man-at-arms could still run in, and you do not want to give him an opportunity to use these, but Maya is just now going to find out as Nili builds this wall. Just now going to find out what his opponent is doing. And he thinks it's all open, but that's what's going on behind the scenes there. Yep. You can see Nili's economy working behind those walls. This is the importance of walls, guys. And I think more importantly, it's the importance of scouting. You got to scout what your opponent's going to be doing. Otherwise, you're going to run into these situations. You also have to be very careful you do not... We know about over-chop with the wood, but you can actually over-forage. You don't want to over-forage. Occasionally, the bushes will get low and players will wait around and run right in the hole that's created.
One more game.
Oh no!
One more game.
Like, I'm actually in the zone right now, man. These games are great, so you might get more games, Sivad. Thank you again for the 1,000 bits. Great to see everybody here. So, what are we seeing? We're seeing eagles to counter those archers. Also, we are seeing an archer range. You can't go straight into eagle warriors and feudal in the current meta. Archers with fletching can kill feudal age eagle warriors pretty easily. So, you normally need to start with archers of some kind, or in this case, skirmishers would be great. And then you can surprise them with eagles and castle. Where's the community games? Mixed Squared, we did community games for 10 hours yesterday, man. If you missed them, there's going to be some great stuff. We do it every single Thursday. It'll all go to YouTube, or you can watch the past broadcast. So Nili does not have fletching yet. Here come the eagles. You can see what just 2 archers with no upgrades can do versus an eagle warrior. And Nili is going to have more archers here soon. So very good micro from him, and now fletching's on the way. Amaya's going to be forced back. Amaya's going into skirms, though. And the skirms will counter the archers. Yeah, Mixed Squared, I streamed from 18 GMT or 19 GMT till... Well, I guess if you can bear with my time zone for a moment, I streamed from 2 p.m. my time, EST, till midnight. So, luckily we did get to see a lot of people from different time zones. And Nili has to be careful now because the skirmishers can counter him. So it's kind of difficult for Nili now. His economy is probably going to be stronger because he's been on food and, wood and gold. And he's been saving the food. But he doesn't want to be too greedy and try and get an engagement. You know, both players are already full walled, so both might be thinking the same. There's huge potential for Nilly now to try and go raid somewhere and just lose all of his archers that he would want to use in castle. So, probably does not want to do that. Do you have a photogenic memory? I do not. My memory is really weird. I can't remember the simple things, but there are some really obscure or random things that I can remember. I can remember instances from my very first week of streaming. Exact words that were said in exact games. Like, it's I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know if that's just me, but I've always been critical of my memory with basic stuff, like people's names. I'm so bad with people's names when I meet people. It's so bad. But I don't know. I can also remember some really wacky things. I just think the brain is weird. So Maya coming forward with the skirmishers. Nilly did take a few losses, though he killed an eagle or two. He needs to give up full map control. Maybe try and run around with the archers. Get behind a woodline or something. Or just run right back in his base. What is the longest 1v1 game you've seen? Joel Miller has been trying to ask for a while now. Sorry, Joel Miller. I tend to only see the messages if people at me. Longest 1v1 game. I assume you're talking experts. Obviously, I don't remember. I've played a game that was 2 hours and 53-ish minutes. Because I remember it was just under 255. I played a game, it was Arabia, where we ran out of wood. It was that long. I'll tell you, nobody wins those games. And I was really pissed because I had the lead, and then I let the guy back into the game, and I wasted an hour and a half of my life. But I do remember that victory, though. You know, I've casted enough MBL games. Both players are on the way to castle, by the way, where MBL will starve people of wood. And these games were probably 2 years ago now, back when there weren't a lot of people on streams, and MBL was the only expert consistently streaming. And I just remember MBL saying things like, oh, I'm going to starve him of wood 1 hour in, and then 2.5 hours in, he had won the game because his opponent ran out of wood. Crazy. I'm talking in-game time, by the way. I've definitely done games that were close to 6 hours when we did the One Force Nothing community game a year ago. That one did not go to YouTube, but that was close to 6 hours game time, I think. So I've casted longer games, obviously with community games than I have played. And I'll tell you what, guys, it's more difficult to cast than it is to play. I can play from 8 a.m. to midnight, no problem. Just give me an energy drink or two, have one meal prepped, and I've done that before. It is unhealthy, but I've done it no problem. Casting for more than 4 hours, it's like, okay, gotta hydrate, gotta focus. It's tough, man. It's tough. So, we have those counters available. We have crossbows for Nilly. There's only been 5 kills in this game. Crossbows for Nilly. And we'll have elite skirmisher and eagle warriors now for Maya. And again, that map control is going to be crucial on these resources for Maya. It's going to be tough because this hill here too. I think this hill might be a big talking point. And you know, this cliff is interesting because now Maya's trying to go this way to catch him off guard. And now he has to run the whole way back around because of the cliff. That's funny. I obviously don't remember XD. That's me talking same shitty memory. I don't know what it is, man. I feel like I have bad memory because I've forgotten too many people's names. But maybe I just don't pay attention. I don't know. Cool thing for Nilly here with Inca matchup is he can make a few slingers. And the slingers will counter the eagle warriors. But the slingers also die to the skirmishers. But you know what kills the skirmishers too? Mangonels. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different units. And oh my goodness, there's a lot less units in this army for Maya. That was a huge shot. He's going to try and send the eagles in, but that's not going to work for him because the slingers are in this army. Very nice shot from Nilfgaard. It's always tasty to see that. That was worth the wait. There was a Tata vs. Doubt game, which ended in a draw. Neither of them had wood left. I don't remember the tournament. Gotcha. Interesting. Well, around the 2-hour mark on Arabia, you start running out of wood, especially in team games. Oh man, this is so bad for Maya. He's given Nilly so much map control. Luckily, Nilly kind of waited to fire there. He didn't end up killing a villager. I think Maya's gonna need to get his own siege, because his own siege kills everything Nilly currently has. Mangonels kill crossbows, slingers, and enemy mangonels. And Nilly's... he is not taking his foot off the gas here. 3 mangonels forward. Now, I want to look quickly at their economies. 2 TCs for Maya. He does not have a market to balance out his eco. You can see he's floating gold and has some idols. So not the best situation. Quick look at Nilly. He's on 1 TC. Okay, so Nilly actually has the better eco in my opinion because he has less idle time. And better balance with his resources. This is definitely something I've been saying a lot to people trying to improve in the game on the stream and the Discord. I know pro players constantly go for extra town centers, but sometimes staying on 1 is just better because you have less idle time, even if you have less villagers, and you can take this map control, which is so crucial. And he's going to kill this barracks. Yeah, as the Nilly won the first game, Maya won the second, we are now on the third. And oh, I like this idea, the counterattack with the Eagles. I mean, Nilly is still full walled here. And the slingers are going to kill the Eagles, of course. But I like the idea from Maya. Yeah, correct. We did not cast the first game between Nilly and Maya. Maya's under pressure. But any moment now, he can get a Mangonel shot. And let's see, Nilly sees this. Oh, but he's lost 1. There's 3 left for him. He's gonna send crossbows behind this woodline. He's lost another one. That's what hill advantage does with Mangonels. Even though it was a direct shot because Maya had his on the hill, that Mangonel did not die. And now Maya's defending with the skirmishers on this woodline. And he's just chopped a hole through, probably not intentional, for his skirms. So this is an epic game. Maya maybe now has balanced out his eco enough to the point where you would say he has an eco lead. And if he sends his eagles through... oh, that was another good shot from Nilly. It was hard to tell. I was thinking if the eagles come through, it can really help out versus the Mangonel. I don't know. I think Nilly needs to be careful with how much he invests forward now. Because there's still skirms alive for Maya, and Maya does have the defensive advantage with the Mangonels. This is a cool game, for sure. Very nice game. Maya also added that 3rd town center here, by the way, which secures his gold. I said this in the last game we casted. This happens so often with Nilly games. He doesn't like adding extra TCs. He thrives on map control and pressure. And, oh, he tries to split. He split right into the Mangonel shot. There's another Mangonel here from Maya. Maya gets 1 shot. He did not receive any damage on this. This is so bad for Nilly. He needs to get out of here. He's going to try and micro before he leaves. I don't think it's worth it, though, because he's running into elite skirmishers, right? It could have been a lot worse for him. Oh, he's chosen this hole. The score is getting closer. Maya holding on. 66 vills versus 55. Oh, Nilly's going up to Imp. So 1 TC Imp. This is Nilly's... oh. Okay, so he just added these TCs. So 1 TC clicks up to Imp. The other ones will add a few more villagers. But you can tell, you click up to Imp this early, he can't even create vills out of this town center or this town center. He doesn't have the res. So it makes me wonder what he's going to be going for now, because I can't see him affording a lot of Imperial Age upgrades. Desar, thank you for the Prime sub. Joel Miller, thank you for the Prime sub as well. Sorry, I just answered your question, Joel. Yeah. Got no name. Nilly literally just added these TCs because he just built 2 farms. You can tell they're new because of the amount of food there. And this one we just saw added. It might just be for protection more than anything. When you click up to Imp this early, you have access to technologies, but oftentimes you can't afford a lot of units, and you can't afford a lot of upgrades. So I think the highest value unit he could go for would be the Elite Eagle Warrior. And he's adding barracks, so that's probably what he'll do. So Neely is dead if his Imperial Age attack doesn't do a lot of damage. And Maya, growing in the Vil lead, not even close to clicking up the castle. Oh, nice. Both, you see this? Both Mangonels were on the hill. They both have the low HP. Need to be repaired. Maya, with that gold, could buy his way to Imp, but that's a lot of wasted gold to do that. Probably not the best idea. Nilly's up. So, Eagle Warrior for Nilly now. Keep in mind you have to research Eagle Warrior and get Elite Eagle, and then Bracer and Arbalest. And immediately No Word starts buying food, because he's freaked out. Again, he doesn't know. It could be Elite Eagles, it could be Arbalest, it could be Slingers. He doesn't know what he's facing up against, so he probably needs to try and figure that out, or just cover his bases with a wide variety of units. Does not seem like Nilly has done enough here with the pressure, but here he comes. And Joel says, thanks for your great interaction with the chat. Nice Mangonel shot. The trade... this micro is so important for Nilly, because if he doesn't kill... See, look, there's 3 Mangonels now for red. That makes his Arbalests and Slingers less effective. That's a big deal. I think it came down to the hill in the end. Sorry, Joel said, thanks for the great interaction with the chat. I've been watching for a few weeks now, and your streams are awesome. That's awesome, man. I do my best. It's very difficult to pay attention to the specifics of Age of Empires 2. The casting and the chat, believe me. Nilly is using this time to get relics. I will say that. He's still behind in villagers. I think these TCs are intentionally idle. Maybe, just maybe, if Nilly can keep the TCs working. I don't know. It's tough. I don't think he can afford to create vills and create military right now. He's at 59 vills, so we'll keep an eye on that number. If you see your opponents go up that quick, would you be thinking pressure being his eco can't be strong to reinforce? Well, the idea is just to withstand the initial push. And I think in an Inca war, Slingers offer some really valuable help here. Because Slingers are a Castle Age unit that can kill Elite Eagles. So if you know your opponent goes Imp like that, you probably want to rush your Imperial Age time, but you know your economy will be stronger and you just need to hold. Because it will be easier and easier for you as the game goes on, as you have more economy. I don't necessarily understand the strategy choice when Slingers exist. We have Guard Tower from Maya. Can we just respect that? That's awesome. And Nilly's now switching sides. So he's trying to hit the economy with Elite Eagle Warrior. Again, Slingers here. This side now well defended by Guard Towers and Slingers. This side also being defended by Guard Towers and Slingers. Once Maya hits Imp, he's probably going to have score lead. He has 50 more population. He has more military. And he has more eco. The Elite Skirmishers won't offer too much to this fight now versus the Elite Eagles, but still, I like his position a lot. As long as he's able to hold, keep his economy rolling a little bit. Yep, Villager's still alive. Good reaction time there. This castle will secure this entire choke point. I guess Maya needs to continue with Slingers for now, right? While Slingers get countered by the Arbalests Nilly has, he has Elite Skirmishers to counter the Arbs. Nilly has been adding more villagers. Again, he has most of the relics. He has 4. He's not going to get this one. And remember I talked about this gold? This is the second gold for red, and this is the second gold for red. His main golds... Crap, I even forget where it was now. It's gone. Was it not on this hill somewhere? So, this is the only gold Maya can currently get. Wouldn't surprise me if we see him selling. See, look, top left. Sold wood, sold food. So he recognizes that, and I think that's why Nilly's strategy choice was chosen here. Nilly just now going to stone and camping this hill. This would be an excellent place for a castle. And he's not letting up. Yeah, hang out. This strategy from Nilly works really well if someone has hills like he does. like Maya does, or forward golds. If there's 2 forward golds, you know the one will last them for a while, but they'll eventually run out. And oh, the Mangonel shots are really going to work here on the hill. If he can kill the slingers, that's big. I'm not going to get any shots in on them. Eagles from Maya trying to get here to pick off the Mangonel. You're kidding, right? You're kidding, right? Nope, not going to get it. I don't know. Nilly has a hill. For those that don't know, when you're on top of the hill, you do 25% more damage. When you're at the bottom of a hill, you do 25% less damage with your attack. Now, this castle's big because this castle does secure this gold. Still, Nilly will have a good hill advantage here in the fights, but I don't see him denying this. Even though he has the buildings here, won't have enough. Look at the kill-death ratio, guys. We have 51 kills for Nilly, 57 deaths. Very close game. Maya barely holding on to this gold. Nilly has bought himself the time. He's also added economy, so his economy is much healthier than it was a while back. I just wonder what we're going to see. Full Slinger, it could die in one Mangonel shot. So, while slingers are good, you need to be careful with the slinger numbers. I think you need to use them sparingly. Maya is a guy I used to watch play full Hun Wars 2 years ago. And I think it was last month or the month before he returned to the game, and he said he was going to train and he wanted to get to a very high level. Before he was at 2.3k, I think. He's at 2.2 right now. But anyway, my point is, I don't think he has good understanding on the new civs yet, so possibly that's coming into play. See how Nilly has the extra golds on the map? He's trying to collect every gold he can. He has the golds in his base, which is 3. He's now raiding the economy from Maya with the Eagle Warriors. This is an excellent display of map control from Nilly. Who cares about having 20 less villagers when you're starving your opponent from this much gold? Well, let's see how the slingers pay off against the Arbalest. Arbalest will kill the Mangonels. I would say advantage Nilly currently, because of the amount of map control he has, and there's that castle on the hill, and that cannot be stopped. This castle will go up, which means trebuchets will come up, and the Eagles streaming out of these barracks to hit the economy. Now, instead of 120 villagers, Maya has 102. This is so excellent from Nilly. He's just taken the score lead. Look at this. This is excellent play, man. This is an awesome strategy choice from him. I questioned it until I remembered about the forward golds. Nilly has 4 relics, and he's been getting those extra golds the entire time, making sure his opponent can't get to them. Let's look at the gold count now, as Couriers comes in for Nilly's Eagles, which gives him more and more armor. Yep. See, top left, again, Maya selling. Look at the scouting difference for a second. Just look at this. Look at the mini-map. Now look at Nilly. Look how big a difference that is. That's what map control buys you. Maya may be hoping that there might be a gold over here he can take, but those extra ones did not spawn on that side. And now his castle could be taken once Nilly sends the trebuchets. It's all falling apart for Maya. He could lose both of his castles here if he doesn't sit here. And Nilly building another castle where? Oh, right next to this one. Okay. Nilford's rating and also Maya's rating are on the overlay here. You can see they're very close. They're only 15 points apart currently. So after this game, Nilly will probably catch up to Maya's current rating. I would say, after watching Nilly's point of view and just watching Nilly's games over the past year, he's not... I personally think Maya is a faster player, but Nilly wins games on his awareness and his map control. And that's why he's such a valuable co-caster. Like, I think a lot of people don't realize just how knowledgeable he is. This win, if he wins it, of course, is incredible. Really smart play from him. Now, it's worth mentioning that Nilly just researched guilds, and guilds gives you a higher trade when you sell resources. He has no shortage of gold, but I think he recognizes that if he sells before Maya does, he can take away that potential of Maya selling to hold on here. Because Maya cannot take this gold. Nilly's actually on it beneath this TC. And he cannot take this gold. There's no gold left for Maya. He also does not have that relic. Is Nilly Nilpford? Yes, it is. Nilly is Nilpford. He changed his accounts to Nilly AoE. A lot of people have been changing their accounts to that, so people, when they see them in chat, like know who they are. So this castle will die, as will this castle, if he does not address this, and I just don't see how Maya can hold on now. Nilly even scouting the outer edge here. He obviously knows that his opponent has branched out for wood on this side. He's gonna take down this TC, no problem. And old Mangonels. Yeah, this is the difference, you know. Slingers, they do get countered by just Mangonels. They're not that great. They receive a shot and they could die pretty quickly. Nilly now with 2k gold. He's selling his food because he knows his farms are working. He knows that he just needs to take gold possibilities away from his opponent. And he's going in with the Eagle Raids. Why have so many people changed their name to Nilly AoE? I think you're trolling me, but I'm going to answer seriously. People have added AoE or TV to their usernames. But nice troll, if it was indeed a troll. I don't necessarily agree with this fight, but then again, it is allowing Nilly time to run forward, and again, he's going to kill villagers, and he has the gold to waste, right? So we'll go back to Maya's point of view. Maya has a little bit of gold banked up. He's researching Onager out of which siege workshop? This one. So he'll at least finish that research. But what exists to kill the Onagers? Eagle Warriors, Kamiyuks. Nilly's on this gold, this gold, this gold, this gold, this gold, and he has 4 relics. He's slowly suffocating his opponent. This is a great example of how to win games with map control. Again, like I said, you don't need extra TCs all the time. If you see hills, if you see gold piles, you can starve your opponent from them. And I guess, you know, Maya was hoping that he would have the extra villagers, which he did, and have the answers to be able to push that back, but he didn't really get there. And it's looking worse and worse for him. But he does have Onager, and that's something Nilly doesn't know. He doesn't see that Onager has been researched. So Slingers, I guess Onager can kill the Arbalest. Here they go. Slingers can kill the Eagles, but no. No, it's not going to be enough here. It is not going to be enough. Eagle Warriors, they're still great here. They're going to raid the eco. Look at the dead bodies we missed there. Here, there's a lot of idols for Maya. I think it's just a matter of time. He's at 130 pop. This is the number that you see and you realize, yeah, this is over. There's the Mangonel shot as well, which lowers the HP on these units. There's another Mangonel shot. Nilly's also researching Onager because why not? This is Maya's last stand, my friends. And I just don't see how there's any way back for him now. And there's the GG. That was a sick game from Nilly. That was ridiculous. So impressive. I mean, I'm happy that I pointed out the forward golds in Feudal Age, but I'm slightly disappointed in myself that I didn't realize that while the push was happening. So that's a fault of mine to not point that out again to you. But obviously you guys saw what happened. This gold, in an awkward position, and it was fortunate for Nilly that he had the neutral golds in the corner. But, you know, even if it would have been here, I imagine he would have been looking for that because you pressure these areas, you got to make sure that you pressure the others. Do you have a new favorite civ now? I wouldn't say so, General Jumbo. It's hard for me to say I have a favorite civ. So I want to see the resources difference now. Guy had so much gold. So here's the military stats. Very similar KD. The entire game was awesome. Great micro from both. Look at the gold difference. How often do you see that? Food, close. Wood, close. Stone, close. 21k gold. Less than 10k for Maya. Now, with that in mind, if you're Maya, you need to consider that when you add 3 town centers, and you don't have control of the hills. So that is Maya's mistake for not locking that down. He had more eco, but he was possibly a little bit too greedy with the addition of the TCs and the villagers. I think a wiser decision would, again, like I said in the game, go like 1 to 2 town centers, secure your map, get map control, force your opponent to respond to you, and then add the third TC. That's the safer and oftentimes the more successful approach. But I also think that Maya probably doesn't have as much of an understanding on the current counters because he's just returned to the game. So, true to my word, I will cast another one. We are 2 hours past the point I planned casting to today, but you guys have been good.